Well, good morning. Have a good day. Today is Friday, November 8th, and we are on our way to our swim class. And it just felt like I was in the wrong gear, but I guess I'm not. It's very cold. It's very, very cold. We have a cold front coming through. But we have a birthday today. Today is Lydia Gunther's birthday. I can't wait to sing to her. Today's her birthday. And here in Michigan, it's a bright, sunny, cold, crisp day. But I'm sure Lydia's having a great day today, too, because it's her birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lydia. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Lydia's always sending me information from Weight Watchers all the time from her meetings and stuff, and I so appreciate it. Tamsin Darlin sends me a lot of articles and things too, so Tamsin, thank you. I read them all. I may not comment on all of your emails that you give me, but I do look at them. I really do, and I really find them fascinating. But anyway, if you could say some prayers for Lydia's husband. He's having a couple of health issues, and you know, prayers always work. They always work. They just do. I just know they do. Okay. Oh, a big dun da 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 dun da 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 dun da da dun da da dun da da da. I don't need a front end alignment because my car stayed straight the whole time. Bumped along the road, but it stayed straight. But anyway, big news today. Haley Norwood informed me that she's reached her 100-pound loss. I had to get over because that guy made a really wide turn into my lane. But Haley, I'm so happy for you. I will get there one day, but I told you the little mini goals I have right now. My first goal right now is to get to 80 pounds. I got to lose 1.9 to get to 80 pounds. I'm going to do it. But congratulations, Haley. You're an inspiration to me. You really are. It just proves you've joined the 100 plus club with a lot of people that I follow, or that follow me even. So congratulations. And Jill Chamberlain wanted to know how long it took me when I got back to, after I had my knee replacement. You know, the first knee to get back to normal, not that I'm normal, but my first knee replacement I did the week before Christmas, because at that time I didn't have enough time in from work that I could get paid for being off. So I really busted my butt on that one, and it took me realistically about 5 weeks before I was back to feeling 100%. I was back to work in 4 weeks. The doctor told me not to go back for 6 weeks, but I couldn't. At that point, I needed the money, so I had to go back to work. But I just determined to figure out a way to get on enough so that I could have my other knee done and get paid for it. And when I had my other knee done, that was a little bit harder. I think because I don't know if I worked harder on the first knee, or I expected too much, or there was more damage. I don't know what the deal was. But the second knee really took me, I would say, I was able to take the whole 8 weeks off. Plus I took an extra week vacation, so I would say it took me like 9 weeks, easily 9 weeks before I really was back. But it's funny because I was looking at after I read your comment last night, I'm going to get out my journal from when I got my knees done, and I remember I'm going to lose weight. I've got new knees, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to lose all this weight. And then over the 10 years, well, not 10 years, because I had the knees done in 7 and 8 years, I probably put on about 30 pounds, maybe 40. It was the bad news for me. But anywhooser, I had to write notes down. Oh, and Debbie Wolf pointed out that my song yesterday was Chad and Jeremy. That's right. She's right. It was Chad. I knew it was a duo. I knew it wasn't Jan and Dean. And I thought, well, it's Peter and Gordon. I completely forgot about Chad and Jeremy. Danny was going to be called Chad. I love that name, Chad. I just loved it. Danny was going to be Chad Gregory. And for the whole 10 months, that's a whole nother story, but I was pregnant with Danny for 10 months. The reason I know I was pregnant with Danny for 10 months is because in June our bowling group went to Toronto for our, we always went once a year. We saved our money up and we went on a trip, and we went to Toronto, and we went like the last week of June, and my anniversary was July 2nd, so Jim and I treated it like a honeymoon. And so I know that Danny was conceived in Toronto, because when we came back, Jim had to go work out of town, and so he worked out of town for 6 weeks, and I wasn't with anybody else, so I knew I got pregnant at the end of June, and then they induced Danny on April 18th. But he was Chad Gregory the whole 9 months, 10 months, the whole time. And then like 3 days before, I always tell him this and he hates the story. Christy was named after a box of crackers. Jimmy was named after his dad. Danny, the 2-3 days before he was born, I come walking out of the bathroom and I said, you know, I don't like Chad Gregory anymore. Daniel Edward. It was a bathroom discovery. Danny doesn't like that, but that's how it really was. But anyway, so it was Chad and Jeremy. I should have named him Chad Jeremy, although I would have named him that because I ended up naming him Daniel. All right, I digress. And also I wanted to thank Cheryl Schwalke, because Cheryl, Carol, SCHWALKE. She gave me my hat. I love my hat. I just love my hat. Okay, we're here. I was coming a little bit later. I made notes. I came a little bit later today because Denise said she wasn't going to be coming. So I thought I'm going to lay in the bed a little bit longer. And then she texted me just as I'm leaving. I'm ready to get in the pool because she does exercises, walks on the treadmill first. So I'm really late, but I don't care. Okay, let's go. I'm going to have something to talk about on the way home because I'm not done talking. Well, that was refreshing. Well, it was refreshing, but then it was cold when I came out because it's cold here. It's 23 degrees, I think, right now. So it's a little chilly. But what I wanted to talk about was I was watching Sue over at Sue Slims Down, and she was saying how her weight is fluctuating so much lately. And I think that, let me see if I can fix it. Not that much, that's not much better. Anyway, she was wondering why her weight is fluctuating so much. This is just my own belief. I am not a scientist. I do not know this. But I have noticed that since we've done the time change last week, I always go to bed between 1 and 2 no matter what. But lately I've been going to bed around 1, which really last week would have been 2. But it doesn't really matter no matter what time I go to bed. I wake up at around 10 to 8. Whereas last week that would have been 10 to 9. So my body is acclimated to that, and I know it'll take a while for it to readjust. And they always say that no matter what time of the day, or you can always weigh a different amount of weight no matter what time of the day or night that you weigh yourself. I like to consistently weigh myself at the Weight Watchers meeting. I have a scale at home, but I like to just weigh there because I figure that that's more consistent. I think it'd be more consistent if I always weighed on the same scale, but that's neither here nor there. I don't do that. But I'm kind of curious that I think that tomorrow morning, what I'm going to do is I'm going to weigh myself an hour before I would have normally gone to my meeting and see what I weigh on my scale, and then see how that compares to Weight Watchers. And then next week, compare the weight from Weight Watchers at that time to weigh in at my normal time, like I would have. Does that make sense? I'm going to put it this way. Like, I normally get up like at 8:10 for my 9 o'clock meeting. And then, so what I'm going to do tomorrow is I'm going to weigh myself on my scale at 7:10. And I'm going to write it down in a little book. And then I'm going to go to my Weight Watchers meeting and see how I went. The next Saturday, I'm going to weigh myself at 8:10 when I get up. and then compare it at the Weight Watcher meeting and see what the difference is between how much weight I lost from this Saturday to next Saturday on my home scale, and how much weight I lost from this Saturday to next Saturday on the Weight Watcher scale, and see if my theory proves correct. Because I don't know, I just kind of think that the hour's gonna, not that it's gonna make that big of a deal. It really isn't. I think it might be less than a pound difference. But sometimes if you have like a 0.1 gain, that less of a pound difference really makes a difference to you. But that's just my thought. I don't know that it's true, but that's my thought process. So anyway, that's it for now. I'm gonna go for my walk. As soon as I get home, I'm gonna switch to my walking shoes, get some gloves, and go for my walk. So I will talk to you again at some point. Okay, we're back. It was a little brisk. I didn't walk right away because Joe wanted to do some running around, and I knew I'd be hungry before we got back, and I knew I wanted to get my walk in, so I ate the rest of that peanut butter Built Bar. I did put it in the refrigerator overnight, and you were right, it does taste better cold, but I felt like I was having a candy bar. It worked out really well. So I'm going to go in the house now, drink my water. I'll probably eat an apple and eat my breakfast in about a half hour or so. It's kind of late right now. It's almost 2 o'clock. But that Built Bar really filled me up. So let's get on with the day, see what it brings us. All right, I got mail today, and I'm going to share it with you. It says, "Way to go." It says, "Dear Sandy, your hard work really shows. You are killing it. I'm so proud of you and really enjoying watching your videos and trudging through this journey with you. You really are a true inspiration, and I feel blessed to have met you, even though I'm not religious." I know who this is from now already with that comment. Thank you for helping me make this journey a little easier for all of us. You are a unique, special, and kind lady, and your words of encouragement and compassion are sometimes all we need to get through our days. Keep being an amazing girl. Keep being amazing, girlfriend. Love you, Ange, also known as the Brat. Well, thank you, Ange. That really makes my day, because I've been today kind of struggling. I'll show you my tracker. I stayed within my points. I think I ended up with 16 points for the day. I know I get 23, but you know I have Fridays. It's a whole blah, 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 the whole thing. But anyway, I was really kind of struggling today as far as wanting to eat. I don't know why. I just, I don't know why. Any hooser. My plan is I'm going to do like I said about the weigh-in and just kind of check, just for my own personal. It's not going to change anything one way or the other. It's going to be the same. It's kind of like when you go from the summer to the winter, your clothing changes, and so you have that little bit of an additional adjustment. Or like from the winter to the summer, when you're wearing the lighter clothes, you have a better outcome then because your clothes are lighter. But it'll be a true, from this point on, it'll be a true weight loss. Notice how I said loss, not loss or gain. I said loss. But anyway, I did stay on track. That was the good news, and it's kind of cold. I find that since I'm losing weight, my sister says it's because I'm getting old, which I think plays into it too. But I'm colder now than I used to be, and it's just kind of weird. It's kind of strange. I do think it's because I don't have as much fat insulating me anymore, which I'll gladly, that's a grad, look at, I got a sweatshirt on, but look at, I got my Smack-a-Lackin', I don't know if you can see it. My Smack-a-Lackin' shirt on underneath, because I wore that for inspiration today, plus it's purple. I wore that for some inspiration. And then just feeling pretty good about myself. I don't know. I just really don't think that the 3.5 pound loss last week was a true weight loss. I really don't. And I was really good during the weekend, and I was really good during the week, other than the one day when I went a little off track, but not enough that I would have a gain. But I don't know. I'm concerned. I should say that I'm concerned. But any hooser. So Jim went to the show with Jimmy. They went to see Midway, and then Jim's leaving Monday, I think it is, to go hunting. I don't know. So I'll be here. Oh, I'm always here. It's neither here nor there, but I'm here. So anyway, now I'm just babbling. So I will talk to you guys in the morning on the way to our weigh-in, and just go from there. Have another good weekend, because last weekend was a good weekend. I did like my outcome from last weekend, and I have every intention of having the same outcome this weekend too. So hit that like button. Give that like button. And then leave a comment. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe, and share it if you think somebody might like to see it. So I'll see you guys in the morning.